What's up, everybody? Jamer's 58 Gilliam here, and I want to give, first and foremost, I want to give a congratulations to the Eagles, to the coaches, to the players, and to the fans for your dominating victory over my Atlanta Falcons. That was a tough pill to swallow, and that is not how we want to start off the season. One down, 16 more to go. If that's going to be our identity heading, ending week one, if that's how we're going to look from now on, it's going to be a long season. But week one is not going to define our whole season. It won't. That's why, to all of you fans and people in the comments section of all the social media saying bench Jalen Mayfield, I would like to say to you that was welcome to the NFL type moment for that guy. I'd say we keep him starting, give him the experience, and give him that hard-nosed workout that he also needs to get done. Once he gets on track, everything will fall into place. Our new starting center, Matt Hennessy, was doing exceptionally well, just exceptionally. It wasn't stellar, but it was exceptional. First drive, we moved the ball down the field. This is on offense. And we marched our way down, and we made it to the red zone. We stalled. Younghoe Koo put us up 3-0. And fast forwarding it to everything else, and I would like to stop after our defense gave up that touchdown. Okay. Gave up the touchdown, that's fine. But what happened with our defense later on? They kept us in the game. What happened to our offense later on? Moved some chains here and there, but still stalled. Another punt. Around that time, we were behind, and our side of the scoreboard was still 6. The Eagles made adjustments, and it appears that we didn't. We stayed in our ways. What did work, but it's not working later on. Yes, Coach Arthur Smith, you should take some blame. Accountability means everything. Because this was what we didn't like about Dan Quinn. No second half adjustments. A defensive-minded head coach still stuck in his ways and still found ways to blow leads. That's very bad. An offensive-minded head coach who's stuck in their ways, heading into the second half, still doing what they've done in the first half, and it results to not moving the chains, not even giving themselves another chance in the red zone. Yeah, that is a problem. And that's me on coaching. I already said something about a key player in Jalen Mayfield. I'm giving him patience. Coaching, it could be a lot better. A lot better. Now, let's talk about defense. I love me some defense. Our defense kept us in the game. That's very rare to hear about the Atlanta Falcons. They kept us in the game. They really did. Yeah. They've allowed more points. But that's on the offense with those stalled out drives, 3 and outs, and even quick 3 and outs. Costly penalties on offense. And speaking of penalties, I want to talk about the officiating. It was fair. It was okay. But seeing as though that we're the home team, you would think the refs would ease up off of us, especially that pass interference on Calvin Ridley. Even though the rule states balls in the air, receiver can't touch defender, defender can't touch receiver, but Ridley wasn't even the intended receiver. Ball was already down the field. Laundry is there. You would think they'll show us a little bit of leniency when we're the home team. I would like for the officiating to keep that same energy to our opponents heading into week 2. You know what I mean when I made that statement, and I'm not going to go into detail until I make a logistics video on week 2. But I want to give credit where credit is due for the Philadelphia Eagles. Last season, they ranked number 3 in sacks. They racked up some sacks on Matt Ryan. They've applied some pressure, even made Matt Ryan run to make it, 3rd and inches? 3rd and 1? That one time, yeah. And there were times when Matt Ryan had to run out the pocket, look, had to throw it away. It was time when Matt Ryan kept pedaling backwards to the point where he got called for intentional grounding. The first intentional grounding, he had nowhere to go. He was trying to let go. The second intentional grounding was just all in frustration on Matt Ryan. And that's just me on officiating. There's one more thing about officiating. You referees that flagged Adi Takumbo Ogundeji, number 92 of my Atlanta Falcons defense, for defensive holding, I totally disagree. He was not holding, he was forcing his will with the bull rush. I don't understand, why would you call that a defensive holding? What is a defensive holding on a linebacker or a defensive lineman anyway? I would have understand that call if a defender takes an offensive lineman and just give him a hip toss or some sort of suplex, go behind the offensive lineman and German suplex or whatever, Brock Lesnar style. But no, if you take a good look of what you're throwing the flag about, Ogundeji was just forcing his will, using the bull rush. I didn't like that call whatsoever. I totally disagree with it. It shouldn't have been, that flag should not have been thrown. All right, that's enough about officiating. I don't want nobody thinking I'm crying about it. Despite the officiating that I disagree with, we still did not play our game overall. We got to do a lot better in, let's call it a spade a spade. Offensively, we have not been good at all in red zone efficiency. When we enter inside the 20, we got to score now. We can't keep depending on Younghoe Koo all the time. 3 points here, 3 points there. And then later on in the game, when the opposing defense is making adjustments to stop what you did so well in the first half, and you don't make adjustments to keep moving the ball down the field, guess what? It's going to go from kicking field goals to making punts, which is exactly what happened against the Philadelphia Eagles. We got to do better, especially when week 2 comes along. The whole world is going to be watching. A lot of people in the country is going to be watching. It's going to be an afternoon game, a later afternoon game. Yeah. We got to go against the Super Bowl champs. Plain and simple, we got to do better. So, this has been Jamerus 58 Gilliam. I will be back with you with a logistics video on how we can pull off this victory against a team that is highly favored against us. Rise up. Let's do better.